ones, empaths, when you're out on your journeys, I don't know, maybe some of you had this experience, some of you may have not, but look out for it because you might not be aware of it. But you'll notice a lot of people staring at you, right? And some people just hold it down to the way they look or stuff like this, but it's actually a lot more spiritual than you might think. And you know, when you're out on your journeys, people will be staring at you, right? Almost looking through you, kind of. They're looking through you as such, right? And it's because that you have such a high aura and energy about you, right? And in the spiritual realm, you're shining so bright, okay? So some of these people that is looking at you who are spiritual, right, they might be aware of what you are and the light you carry and the aura you have. They may be aware of it, and that's why they're staring at you. But oftentimes the ones that really know what's going on in the spiritual realm, they may not even pay attention to you because they know, okay, there's a chosen one, and they'll just know it. But a lot of the ones that are staring are the ones that are on a lower vibrational scale. They're on a lower. They're from the lower vibrational planes as such, and they're fixated on you because of the spirits that are controlling their eyes. They're controlling them. A lot of these are like zombies, right? In this matrix, a lot of people, you know, a lot of these people are asleep in this matrix, and when you walk into the room, right? You could be the quiet one in a room full of people, but they'll all stare at you. They'll all be fixated on you. And it's because of your aura. It's because of the energy you carry. You may even find yourself, that's why you need to be careful and keep your wits about you. Unnecessary conflict might arise. It might even, I'm not even just saying it's the opposite sex that's looking at you. It might be the same sex that's looking at you. And you can get into kind of altercations with people and stuff like that. But the reason why they'll try and challenge you is because they don't even really know. It's beyond their comprehension. But you're shining so bright in the spiritual realm that it disrupts them and it troubles them. You know, it begins to, you know, it's like a thorn in their side. So they begin, they want to kind of confront you, you know, and they don't even really know. A lot of these people are asleep, just like how the agents in the Matrix will come out of nowhere and they'll start, you know, morphing and stuff like that, and you have to fight off all these agents. It's the same thing when you're walking through the world. So what I've learned to do is kind of lower my gaze, right? Like I see people looking all the time, and it's not because, you know, if I let the spirits talk to me, it will say, oh, it's because you're attractive, it's because you're this, it's because you're that. But everyone's beautiful in their own way, right? It doesn't matter what kind of, how you look, what type of size you are, anything like that. If you're a chosen one, people will be fixated on you, and they'll stare almost through you. You know what I'm saying? And it's, as I said, they don't even know they're looking consciously. A lot of these lot don't actually know they're looking consciously, but you don't need to be confronting none of them and saying like, what are you looking at, or anything like that. You don't need to, you just need to be looking at it from a higher comprehension, because these lot are from a low vibrational plane, right? This video was requested by a subscriber, so I've touched on it the best I can, because to be honest, I'm still going through the experience myself, and I've just touched on a few little points there that may help or whatnot. But I'm still coming to terms with dealing with it myself when I go out and about and I notice people staring and stuff like that. People are interested in what they don't understand. That's another thing as well. They don't understand you. They don't understand how you can just walk freely. You're walking alone with God. You're just walking. You haven't got all this fakery around you, you know. You're just walking. You're authentic. This sort of stuff makes you stand out from the rest of the pack. Remember, you're cut from a different type of cloth, right? So you stand out. It's just the way it is. You stand out, and you stand out in the spiritual realm. You know, even in the physical realm, you stand out because you operate differently. You do things differently. The way you orientate yourself, the way you walk, the way everything you do is different compared to regular people that are asleep in this matrix, you know? So just keep your wits about you. Make sure you don't run into any unnecessary conflict over staring and whatnot and stuff like that, because I know, you know, these people that are so asleep, they'll try and be troublesome and stuff like that. But you know, you notice it from the opposite sex. You'll notice it from the opposite sex. They'll stare at you, and probably even if you went and spoke to them, then they'll push you aside, you know, like that. But if you see them watching, yeah, you'll see people staring from the opposite sex. They may stare at you. They may touch their neck. They may touch a vulnerable part of their body, such as their neck, or they show their wrist. The opposite sex. So I'm talking about male to female dynamics here. Like, you'll see a woman show her wrist, and it's because subconsciously she shows you the weakest part of her body to act feminine, right? So, or you see them touch their neck. You see them play with their hair. Everyone knows that one where women play with their hair. But you'll see these little signs, and it's because just don't fall into the trap, because a lot of these ones can be Jezebels, and you don't want to fall into the trap of the Jezebel. But I'm saying a lot of people will be fixated on you and want to know what's going on, and they want to know more about you, right? So that's why people are staring at you. It's because you're shining so bright in the spiritual realm. And I hope this video helps a subscriber that reached out to me, and I've touched on it best I can. But I think you know, to the subscriber, that I think you know already a lot of what I've said. You seem awake. You know a lot already what's going on. But just make sure you just don't fall into the traps of any Jezebels or anything like that. So keep safe and everything like that. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you would like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently I have the main channel, the Narcissism channel. If you want to check that out, the link for that channel is also in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.